Welcome to episode number 2 of the TripleCrown Conversations podcast. My name is Tyler Pumphrey, and I'm here with Hayden Hall, aka Muffin, and Austin Cardish. Any of y'all got any stories since we left off last week?
Well, I know you all know I have a story, but so this was a while ago. Me and a few people went down to Nashville. I went to a show, and I got to meet somebody interesting. I got to meet Dennis Rodman, right? So, nothing against Dennis Rodman. I like it. I like that he gave me a picture, which we'll pop that up here. But he went through about 70 different people. 70 different people. I kid you not. He was standing up, shaking their hands and everything. I get up to the thing to get a picture with him. He sits down, just sits there. I go up to get a picture, go up behind him. Doesn't shake my hand, doesn't do nothing. Sits there straight. Doesn't say nothing to me. So now me and Dennis Rodman got a little beef. That's all I got to say. But I do appreciate that he got me a picture, but just saying, come on, Dennis. Stand up for me next time.
Muffin's been mad about that for the past few days. Still not heard that. Austin, you have any interesting stories since we left off last Thursday?
Not really. Nothing I can top that.
You got any, Pump?
I don't got any interesting ones.
I mean, it's been nice out in Kentucky lately.
Yeah.
You ain't been out doing nothing?
It's been some good weather. I went fishing the other day. Didn't catch a single thing.
I know you played basketball.
Yeah,
Tell them what you averaged.
Played basketball last night. I averaged a solid 3 points a game, maybe. Sometimes 4 if I don't hit a 3. But like most of the time happens. But we'll go ahead and get started here. So we're going to go ahead and discuss a little bit of the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Big week.
Super Bowl Sunday.
This is a big week for any NFL fans right now. Big week.
San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs. Austin, who you got in this one?
Honestly, I think the Chiefs are going to win it. Something just tells me with all the drama that's going on and just Kyle Shanahan, I don't trust Kyle Shanahan in big games like this. You know, again, in the Falcon system, they blew that big lead against the Patriots, and then he's lost before to the Chiefs. So I just don't trust him. So I go with the Chiefs.
What's the like? Who's betted to win right now?
49ers are a 1.5 point favorite.
So they're projected to win right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I honestly thought the favors would be towards the Chiefs, seeming that they've had the experience, they've been there before, plus they've got Taylor Swift on the sidelines. NFL just wants them to win. They want those views, they want everything. So I have the feeling the Chiefs will win, but I want the Niners to win. So
who are you going with?
I'm rocking with the Niners regardless. Okay. If I had to choose and put money on one of them, I'm taking the Niners.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I just don't think the NFL is gonna let Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Taylor Swift lose on Sunday.
What's the score prediction?
Score prediction. Austin, you go ahead. You do yours.
I got 21-18 Chiefs.
Muffin.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be higher. I'm gonna say like 35-30, and the 49ers will take it.
41-38 in overtime. Kansas City Chiefs make a field goal to win the game. That's what I'm going with.
And then the camera pans to Taylor Swift celebrating, and then back to Travis Kelce.
And then before you know it, Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift.
Speaking of, there has been a lot of rumors going around that Travis Kelce, if they were to win, might just propose. What do you guys think? Take the spotlight from the Super Bowl? I mean,
Austin?
I mean, if you're going to propose, why do it at the Super Bowl when you can do it at Disneyland? That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point. I just don't think they're going to let them lose. I don't think the NFL is scripted, but I think it leans a little bit towards the more popular teams, and especially with Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce, I think that there's no way they're going to let the Chiefs lose this game.
Yeah, I don't see them letting them either. I mean, I don't believe in the script either, but I mean, Taylor Swift draws so many girl fans that the NFL's loving it this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, they're at their highest views of all time, and I think it's because of the girls wanting to see Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't see nothing special about it, but
and you already know that she's going to be on the camera or on the TV screen most of the game,
10%.
especially after Travis Kelce makes a catch for 2 yards, she's going to be on the screen. But tickets are going. I'm looking at it right here, $5,700 as low as.
$5,000 for what? Nosebleeds?
Nosebleeds, probably.
Why would you pay that when you can watch it at home on the TV and have a better view? I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll move on. We'll actually stay in the NFL, And we're going to go to Cliff Kingsbury, backing out of the Raiders' offensive coordinator job to take the Commanders' offensive coordinator job. Same job, just different
team.
Different team. Yeah, what do you think about that, Austin?
I don't like it. I think the NFL's kind of gotten soft, and it trickles down to coaching. Now it's going to GMs, you know. He backs out of the Raiders' job. He goes to Washington, who I honestly don't like because of the fact that, you know, you hire Dan Quinn. What's Dan Quinn done? Okay? You had Mike Vrabel out there, and there's a rumor speculating that a lot of teams passed on
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, thank you. And because of his size. Like, come on. 6'4". You're afraid of a guy coaching your team because of his size? I mean, what do you want? Do you want two-hand tag? Do you want the Pro Bowl? Because that's what I don't like. So Mike Vrabel's shown that he can win and get your team to the playoffs, and Quinn's obviously showed that he can choke in a Super Bowl. You know, I don't like it.
So you're saying they won't hire Vrabel because of his physical?
Yeah, that's a rumor.
Because he's too big.
That's a rumor. It makes no sense to me.
That is crazy. Sounds like just an excuse, really, for them not to hire him. That's what it sounds like to me. But if you're scared your players are going to be scared because he's too big, I mean, what's the deal? There's got to be something else going on behind scenes that nobody knows about.
I want Vrabel to go to the Cowboys for defensive coordinator. It's not going to happen probably, but I would love for the Cowboys to bring him in as a defensive coordinator. I think he's a great defensive coach. But go back to Cliff Kingsbury. What do you think about that, Muffin? Going to the Commanders.
You know, I thought the deal with the Raiders would have been nice for him, but I don't see the point in backing out of it because I know the new coaching system. I think it would have been real nice for him, especially with the new coach. It would have been like just about all rookie coaches coming in, all new coaches. I mean, I feel like it would have fit him a lot better than the Washington Commanders. But I guess we'll see what happens with him. I mean, I feel like he shouldn't have backed out of the Raiders deal, but good for him.
I bet them having the number 2 pick had something to do with it. With Caleb Williams, maybe not going to the Bears at number 1. If he's there at number 2, you already know that the Commanders are taking him.
Oh, yeah, that's a rumor, too.
Yeah, because Kingsbury was with Caleb Williams at USC this past year. He was a quarterbacks coach for USC with Caleb Williams.
I'm still not sold on Caleb Williams. I'd much rather build around Sam Howell. I mean, Sam Howell's looked decent, I thought. People might hate on him, but I still think Sam Howell looks pretty good for a rookie this year. I don't know why you'd roll with Caleb Williams over him, but it's up to them. I'd go for someone nice like a receiver maybe, give him a nice number 1 receiver. I know they got a nice running back in that system, and I think a receiver would just help.
Mm-hmm. I actually want to go back to the Chiefs and 49ers game. Percentage chance that Travis Kelce does propose. I think it's pretty high. I'm not going to
say it's too high. I'm going to say like 23%.
So this is let's just say that the Chiefs win. You think it's 23% that he's going to propose?
If they win, it'll be at least, I'd say a fourth, actually. We'll go 25, make it a fourth of a chance that he does. It would be crazy in all that moment that he does that, but it'd definitely be on news everywhere if it happens.
Yeah, I think it's 1%. I don't think it's going to happen, but obviously there's that chance, you know. So, no, I don't think it's going to happen, especially in such a big moment like that if you do win. And like I said, Disneyland.
I actually think it's 50% chance.
I think it's going to happen.
I think you heard it here first on the TripleCrown Conversations podcast. Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift if the Chiefs win. If the Chiefs lose, obviously he's not going to do it.
I mean, he might still do it just to take away all the video from the Niners.
That would be something. That would be something. The NFL would love that too.
We would never see a celebration from the 49ers if Travis Kelce proposes. It's all going to be on them still. So
he's trying to win no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this could be Kelce's last year too.
With the Chiefs
retiring.
Hmm.
He has said multiple times that he wants to retire with his brother, and obviously with all these speculations right now, Jason Kelce is set to retire. So I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Kelce, if he wins, he could retire. I could see it very well.
That would be bad for the Chiefs. I mean, he's they're by far their best player other than Patrick Mahomes. So that would not be good for them. Let's move on to Kentucky basketball. So before we left off last week, Kentucky loses at home to Tennessee 103-92 last Saturday. They just got out physicaled really in that game. They lost a defensive rebounding battle, and they gave up 103 points at home to Tennessee. Now, don't get me wrong, Tennessee's a really good team, top 5 team in the country, but you cannot give up 103 points and expect to win that game. I mean, they scored 92. When you score 92 points, you expect to win a lot of games, but when they're giving up 103 points a night to Tennessee, that's not a recipe for success, Muffin.
Well, the lack of defense is what really killed them. And right now, they're the only SEC team I think they're the highest of points given up. They're at 317 out of the whole college. They're 317 out of 352 teams. Most points given up this year. And that's the highest for any SEC team. And behind them is just a bunch of random low colleges. I mean, for an SEC team like that to be giving up that many points for Kentucky, something needs to happen with the defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gotta get more physical, especially be better defensive rebound. If you're gonna be a bad defensive team, you have got to rebound the ball at an elite rate if you're gonna be any decent, and they haven't been doing that either.
Ever since Oscar Tshiebwe left, they haven't been as good as they was last year with the rebounds.
Yeah, and we knew that was gonna happen though. I mean, he was the best rebounder in the country by far. Best in school history.
What's he been into now?
He's in the G League with the Pacers.
Oh, is he playing?
He's playing on the
I
G
seen
League
that
team,
the other night that who was it? Giannis had scored.
Yeah, his big game.
His the highest Bucks scorer of all time, and I think 65 points.
Yeah, he got his first point.
But Oscar Tshiebwe came in the last few minutes and got his first bucket in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But the game ball went to Oscar Tshiebwe for his first points because. I mean, it was his first points.
Yeah.
And Giannis almost, was trying to fight him, I think. I mean, they's, holding him back over on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think that might have been Oscar's one and only NBA game.
Yeah, but he scored in it, we will say that, and got the game ball, so.
Yeah. But Kentucky played Vanderbilt on Tuesday and actually won 109-77. 109 points on the road is insane. Yeah. Especially they had 2 starters out that game. DJ Wagner and Trey Mitchell didn't play. DJ Wagner was out with an ankle injury, and Trey Mitchell is dealing with a bad back. But Vandy's horrible. Don't get me wrong; they're not very good. But keep in mind, Alabama only won by 3 at Vanderbilt. Auburn won by 15, and Tennessee won by 13. Kentucky wins by 32. That's impressive to win at Vanderbilt by that much.
I think they actually showed what they could do on the road, and finally put up over 100 on the road. That's crazy, yeah.
Thing is about with this team, you don't know if they're going to lose in the first round, or they can lose in the first round, or they can win the national championship. There's really no in between. It's going to be one of those two. I feel like they're either going to lose in the first weekend of the tournament, or it's going to be a national championship team.
Yeah, but I feel like that's been Kentucky here lately.
Yeah, for sure.
Just that moto, it's hit or miss. That's the problem. They can't stay consistent, and you lose back-to-back SEC games to Florida and Tennessee, which you really couldn't. And coming in, you lost to Florida. You couldn't afford to lose to Tennessee, but you end up losing to Tennessee. And then you just turn around against Vandy. But, Vandy, are we comparing Vandy to Florida and Tennessee right now?
Definitely
I don't think so. So, they got to figure something out. And defense and rebounding is what they've touched on, and I agree. So...
Kentucky's record is 16-6 right now. Looking at a 5 seed in the latest bracketology, I still think by the end of the year they move up to number 3. I think they move up to a 3 or 4 seed, which that would be respectable. You definitely don't want to be a 5 or 6, having played a tough first round game. A 5 plays a 12, a 6 plays an 11 seed in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and then who knows? You could definitely lose one in the first round if you're playing an 11 or 12 seed. So. We're going to move on to the Apple Vision Pro.
Uh-oh.
So this is a topic that we were talking about earlier. Apple has came out with this new contraption-looking thing where it's like goggles.
It looks like Oculus or like a VR headset.
Yeah, it's like you put on these goggles and you can apparently work your phone while you don't have to have your phone in your hand. You can work whatever you want on your phone by just typing. I've seen people typing on a keyboard, just not even typing.
Yeah,
typing
people's
in the
like
air.
this, typing and swiping like this. I did see a cool TikTok video. I'm not big on it either, but the guy was working on his truck and it was pointing out the certain parts in his truck and different things. The plugs go here. That's cool. That seems cool to me, but wearing them out in public, I wouldn't do it. I mean, it just looks dumb walking around swiping up and down, doing this, that. There was some guy at the NBA game the other day that was swiping up and down on the court. He was sitting there with the goggles, acting like he was shooting in the game and stuff on the front court, and they panned the camera at him a few times. He's just sitting there doing this, shooting basketball while he's acting like he was
knowing that dude probably paid who knows how much for those courtside tickets.
$3,500 for the thing now.
For the thing. He paid probably he probably paid $1,000 just to sit courtside, and he's ruining it by putting those goggles on. Austin, what do you think about it?
I think, are they cool? For sure. Are they too much? For sure. Like, what can you do for $3,500? You know, you can do a lot. But, you know, do we need them? No, we don't need them. Like,
it just
what's the point? It's kind of like you're lazy. Like, you don't want to carry your phone on you. So, you know, you're sitting here. There's a video he showed me. You're ordering your food, and at the same time, you're swiping on your phone. It's like, what's the point? So, you know,
and it's also teaching people to play piano and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like that stuff like that's cool, but we don't necessarily need them.
I just don't I don't understand the point of it really. I definitely wouldn't pay $3,500 for that, to have goggles on.
I did see people, like, it shows your eyeballs too. Like, it shows a virtual picture of your eyeballs to the other people. You can change it, and some guy had like Iron Man walking around. I mean, it looks cool, yes. I mean, the stuff in it and stuff, but I wouldn't wear it out in public, and I wouldn't pay $3,500.
Okay, well, let's say this, Muffin. Would you buy if you had, like, say you were pretty wealthy and you had $35 to spend on it? Would you buy it?
Oh, I'd buy it for sure. I wouldn't wear it out. I'd probably wear it at home. Some people say it's just like the Oculus, just more expensive, and it connects to your iPhone. I'd definitely. There ain't no telling what all you can do on it. It'd definitely be cool. I seen some guy that was acting like he was at home sitting on the couch, but he was watching the NBA game on the court side. So I mean, if it's getting down to that now, I mean, wouldn't that start affecting the NBA, like selling tickets? You wouldn't sell as many.
It's like, at that rate, if you can go to the game, just go to the game.
Yeah.
Like, why do I gotta be at home at the game? Like, the whole part of being at the game is you get that atmosphere. At home, you don't.
I think before long, I mean, America's just coming to a bunch of lazy. I mean, getting as much as they can virtual, so they don't have to go nowhere and just stay at home all day.
Well, you were saying earlier, Muffin, about teachers. Like, they're not even going to need teachers here
they really
in
won't.
10 years.
I mean, if you keep looking at these videos, I keep on saying it. People's learning how to play piano. It's showing them, like, certain keys to hit and this. And, I mean, if you're getting to all this stuff to where you don't even need people to teach you and it's just some virtual thing teaching you, I mean, what are you going to... I mean, it's getting crazy.
Yeah. So let's move on from the Apple Vision Pro. We're actually going to talk... Well, yeah, so I'm going to bring up... This is courts in session right here. So, I want to get your all's opinion on this. I was reading a story the other day about the Kentucky legislature is proposing a bill to ban cell phones in school.
To ban them?
Yeah, to completely ban them. Can't even have your phone on the premises. You have to in school. You have to leave it at home. Put it in your. Well, I guess you could put it in your backpack or whatever the whole day. But what's your all's opinion on that? Would you if you were a Kentucky lawmaker, would you pass that law to ban cell phones in school?
Well, I can't lie. I used a cell phone throughout school, like the whole time I was in there. But certain grades don't need phones. Like the younger kids, I don't think they should focus on it, especially when they're learning new things and stuff. And I mean, yes, I mean phones can be helpful when you're talking to other people, not like at school and stuff. Yes, I mean for high schoolers and stuff, I don't see no reason of taking their phones from them. Obviously, there's always been distractions in school. It don't matter what era or whatever. There's always been some sort of distraction, but I guess ours is phones now. I wouldn't take them from high schoolers, but I could see like elementary and maybe into middle school, maybe.
Well, elementary school shouldn't have a phone to begin with.
That's
really.
true, yeah.
Austin, what do you think about it?
I don't think it should be a.
So you wouldn't pass this bill?
I wouldn't pass the bill for a simple fact that even if you pass it, people are going to still try and sneak their phones. You know, this is the world we live in. And what are you going to do? Pat them down at the door? This ain't Compton. Let's be honest. Okay, so I just don't like it. You know, just make them put it in their bag. Just make it,
I
it
think
like
there's
that.
more things that the school could work on banning on instead of phones. Honestly, I think there's a lot more worse in schools than phones.
Yeah, like vapes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Vapes.
Well, those already ain't allowed, but people.
People sneaking
Well, just
in
like
all the
vapes,
time.
yeah, just like vapes and phones. If they were to cancel phones, people go to their bathroom, look at
Yeah.
their phone, just like vapes. You can't have them in school.
Well, I remember when we were in high school, they had to put jail cells up in the bathroom because people would just go in there and vape every in between classes or something. It
Do you
was
remember
crazy.
the TikTok trend taking licks? It's called stealing licks or something. Devious licks. When
Uh,
they go steal stuff from the bathroom and
Oh,
take it home.
yeah.
It's called like devious
Yeah.
licks, and people just take random stuff from the school and take it home and take a video of
That's what it comes down to.
it.
Yeah, but I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, like Muffin was saying, I don't think elementary schoolers should have it. But they shouldn't have a phone to begin with. In middle school, you probably shouldn't have your phone out at all either. But high school, I mean, as long as you don't have it out in class, if you can just get on it while you're walking to another class, like in the hallway or something, I'd be fine with it. But as far as this bill goes, I probably wouldn't pass it unless there's a different bill that says high school can, but middle school and elementary school can't.
Yeah, I'd prefer that a lot more if they were to pass something like that, but I don't see nothing like that getting passed, especially nowadays with overprotective parents wanting their kids to contact them and stuff
Yeah.
during school.
That would be the problem with it. If you had like an emergency or something during school, you'd have to be able to have a way to contact somebody, you know. Got any?
It's like, why are we trying to ban this kind of stuff?
Yeah, that
Like,
don't make-
it's like, it's weird stuff we're trying to ban. Like phones, like they tell us not to use them in school anyway. So let's be real. Are we gonna ban them? And it's like something like bubble gum. What's up with bubble gum? Huh? What's everybody's beef with bubble gum in school? Like if we're high schools, we know how to chew bubble gum, okay? But
Sticking it
gum.
under
it's
the-
like
Bro,
I used
you'd
to,
be surprised though. In high school, there was so much bubble gum under.
I used to
That's
sell
all it
bubble gum
was.
in high school, okay? I used to sell candy. Let's be honest. Okay, did it affect anything? No. So we're trying to ban the wrong things here.
Yeah, all the bubble gum was under the desk in high school. I'd sit there and try to pull some of it
Oh,
off.
hell no!
It was just
Trying to pull it off. You said try
I
to pull
mean-
the bubble gum off.
I mean, it was hard. I mean, I got bored. during
Pause, bro.
class.
Well, anyway. Well, speaking of draft day coming up, there is a movie out there called
Ooh.
Draft Day. Have you all watched it? Have you watched
I
Draft Day?
watched it.
Oh, of
You haven't
course.
watched Draft
I
Day?
haven't.
Vontae Mack, no matter what.
Yeah, Vontae Mack. All right.
Come on.
So, well, on the topic of that movie's been surfacing again with Draft Day coming up. So we decided we'd come up with our top 5 sports movies of all time. Starting with Austin, we're going to name our top 5 and let you all decide who's got the top 5, who's the best.
So, well, yeah, I guess you all comment on who, either Tyler, Muffin, or Austin.
Muffin for sure.
Whoever's got the most, whoever you think has the best list, top 5 list of sports movies. Austin?
Now this,
Austin, you wanna
this
start?
is our favorite. You don't, this isn't like, this is the greatest movie of all time in sports and this and that. It's just our favorite. So you can have your own list. It's whatever. But for me, at number 1, I got Creed. It's a, what is it? The sequel.
Sequel of
Basically to Rocky. You got Michael B. Jordan, who plays a great role. You still got Rocky in the movie. He goes through a battle of his own with cancer and this and that. And I just like the movie. And then second, I got the classic Remember the Titans. I just like the story behind it, how it all panned out. The characters did great. The song that they'd come out to on the field was amazing. But yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, Varsity Blues. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to watch it. It's really funny. There's a big dude, O-lineman, wears 69, named Billy Bob. Tweeter, he's a country boy. He's tight end who loves to get drunk. Paul Walker's in it. It's amazing. And it's hilarious. So I encourage you to watch that. That's number 3. Number 4, my all-time favorite is Moneyball. As someone who's going to
Good
be...
movie.
What is it?
So that's a good movie.
Oh, yeah. And as someone who's wanting to go and be in front office one day, I love the way it shows you how to, and the story of Billy Bean and how he took a small market club and managed to put a winning club on the field. And that's number 4. Number 5, Coach Carter, Samuel L. Jackson. I like the story behind that as well. The way he takes that program and he's like, you're not going to play basketball unless you get your grades up, and let's focus on that. And he encouraged these guys to become better individuals, and he does that. And it's such a powerful movie, and that's why it tops out my number 5. You want to go next, Tyler?
Tyler's up next.
All right, so my list ain't gonna be. I can already tell you my list ain't gonna be the best. I don't watch a ton of movies. Mainly at my house, if something's on, it's usually a game of some sort. But I do like some of these movies. So we'll start with number 5. We'll go from 5 to 1. So number 5, The Blind Side.
Uh-oh.
Is it real?
Didn't they say it was?
Yeah,
it was fake.
This movie was in some controversy. How long ago? A few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
About it being fake. Is that what
the
it was?
big boy came out and said it wasn't true.
Yeah, he sued somebody or something like that. But
the family.
Yeah, the family. Yeah. So that was number 5. I just really like that movie. Number 4 is Happy Gilmore. Me and Muffin play a little bit of golf in the summer and everything, and I think that was a really funny movie. It has Adam Sandler in it. Number 3 is Field of Dreams. I'm a big baseball guy. These last 3 are actually baseball movies. So Field of Dreams was always one of my favorite baseball movies. Yeah. And then like when they played the Field of Dreams game for the MLB a few years ago, the Reds played in it a few years ago.
That was cool.
That was really
sick.
cool. Yeah. And number 2, Benchwarmers. That's one of my favorite movies as well. Baseball. It's really funny. So I enjoyed that one. And then number 1 is The Sandlot. That is if you think of baseball movie, you automatically think of The Sandlot. So that was my 5. Muffin.
Well, I don't go into depth as much as these guys have. But starting at my 5, I've got to go with, I love comedy, so I'm gonna start with Waterboy. I've always liked that one. I always loved Adam Sandler in that movie. It's always been funny to me. Number 4, I got The Longest Yard. Another, of course, Adam Sandler movie. Yeah. Sounds like an Adam Sandler list, but that movie is just hilarious when he goes to prison and stuff. I've always loved that one. Number 3, I had a toss-up, but I think I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore as well. I like to play golf, so that one there's not too many golf movies out there, so one of the few that's actually like one of the tops is definitely Happy Gilmore. Number 2, I went The Sandlot. Tyler's number 1. I went number 2 there. Then number 1, I went Rocky. It's one of my favorite sports series based on boxing of all time, so had to put Rocky at number 1.
So, when you all see these lists, make sure you comment which one you like better, either Austin, me, or Muffin.
I'll put a list up and put like 1, 2, or 3 up there.
Yeah, just don't rig this, Muffin.
Don't rig it. I might try and rig it.
So, that's what we're gonna pick, and whoever you think is whoever's movie list you like the most, go ahead and comment that. So, we're gonna move on. This is actually a question that one of my buddies from church mentioned. Colton Hatfield, shout out Colton. He's wanting to know what we think about who the next Kentucky football offensive coordinator is going to be. If you didn't see, Liam Cohen, the old offensive coordinator, left to go take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator job. Again, after he comes back from the Rams,
he's done this twice.
Yeah, he's done this twice now. So Kentucky's offensive coordinator is now open. Job is available. So I was doing a little bit of research on this, looking at some websites and everything. The main candidate, I think, is Buster Faulkner. He is the offensive coordinator at Georgia Tech. I think that would be a pretty decent hire. I mean, they're not going to get anybody on Liam Cohen's level, but I've seen where he moved. He went from Georgia Tech, ran that triple option style, if you remember, before he got there as offensive coordinator, new head coach and everything, and they went from like one of the worst offenses in the ACC to I think third best in the ACC under him. So I think he would be a pretty nice hire, along with Will Stein, the offensive coordinator from Oregon. He came from Louisville. He was from Louisville, and he's the offensive coordinator at Oregon. If anyone knows college football, you know Oregon is a main powerhouse in college football. They had a really solid offense last year. But those are the main 2 candidates I've read and heard about. So what do you all think about Buster Faulkner or Will Stein?
I think Buster Faulkner would be a better choice. I think the way he ran the offense at Georgia would work good with the Kentucky offense, which we're going to have a new QB this year.
Mm-hmm.
So to run a different option route or option plays, I think it would work a lot better with our new QB and new everything. I think it's a nice upgrade to have him join, but we'll see what happens.
And Buster Faulkner actually has some history with Brock Vandergriff, the new Kentucky quarterback transfer from Georgia. They worked together at Georgia from 2020 to 2022. Faulkner was Georgia's quarterbacks coach, and he developed Stetson Bennett actually into the guy that won 2 national championships at Georgia. Even though he was super old,
30 years old.
Yeah, he was super old when he got drafted. But he apparently Stetson Bennett credits to a lot of his development to Buster Faulkner. So I agree with Muffin. I think he would be a good hire for them. What do you think, Austin?
I'm not too familiar when it comes to college OCs and coaches like that. But what I do know is, like, guy leaves once, comes back, and he leaves again. It's like, at this rate, you can't trust him. Like, you understand why he left to go to a bigger program. Well, go to the pros with the Bucks. And honestly, I like Baker Mayfield, so maybe has success there. But, you know, if he doesn't pan out there, you can't let him back, man. And but with y'all hyping the new coordinator coming in, or who do you think is going to come in? I think you got some solid pieces. Like, I'm not too certain on the quarterback situation, but you got a running back and train him coming from my Buckeyes, who I love. I think he's going to bring that thump that Kentucky needs. And then you got a really nice receiver who I can vouch for, who I think is going to be top 5, I'd say, by midseason. And Macklin from North Texas, really good player. But again, it relies on it comes down to the quarterback situation. So
they're going to have some weapons on offense next year with Dane Key, Barryon Brown coming back, like you said, Chip Trainum, and Jamori Macklin transfer from, where is he from, Marshall?
North Texas.
North Texas, yes. And then they got another guy, Raymond Cottrell, transfer from Texas A&M, another receiver. They got most of their offensive line coming back, so they should be pretty good on offense next year. They just need to find a play caller.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at some of his stats right here. He's been at like 10 different stops. Like I said, this past year he was at Georgia Tech, offensive coordinator / tight ends coach. So they'll actually need to find a quarterbacks coach if that's the case. Because if he can't coach quarterbacks, we're gonna have to find a quarterbacks coach, because Vince Morrow, our main recruiter, is a tight ends coach right now. So we'll have to maybe find a quarterbacks coach. That'd be something to look out for if we do get Buster Faulkner. So, guys,
got a lot to look out for UK football this year.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know how good we're gonna be. We got a tough schedule. We go to Texas. Got to play Georgia at home. Ole Miss on the road. Maybe looking at another 8-4 or 7-5 season, but
typical.
Yeah, typical of Stoops' teams. Right around, just a little better than we, expect here at Kentucky. But we'll get into that another day.
So this week we have had one of the legends of country music that have passed away, Toby Keith.
Yeah.
He was a legend in football. I would like to shout him out. He was a legend for all the country fans out there. I read a thing the other day. It was like he went on tour 11 times singing country to the Army people. He sang to over 300,000 people from the Army. So I really do appreciate him for that. And I've always liked a couple of his songs. What do you think, Austin?
Yeah, Toby. You think of Toby, his music comes quick, and it's sad. But, he's battled some health problems recently, and, he's in a better place now, but, he's going to be really missed in the country music industry.
He did perform the other night, too, didn't he? At the Grammys. He performed night or two before. Yeah, at the Grammys. He performed a night or two before he died. So that just tells you right there it can happen at any time to anybody.
Yeah,
so.
he had stomach cancer, I think is what they said.
Yeah, it was some kind of cancer. He'd been battling it for a while, but I thought he was starting to cure, but well.
But you have any favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. That's always been my
That's a
favorite.
classic.
That's a classic, yeah. And Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
Red Solo Cup.
Did you ever hear that, Tyler? I know Tyler ain't a big country fan, but
I don't listen to music a whole lot in general, but yeah, I've heard a few songs, I'm sure. But yeah, rest in peace, Toby Keith. Let's move on to trivia.
oh, we got a trivia game.
We got a trivia game. So
What's the punishment this week? Because it looks like I'm gonna be in it. So
so this week, as y'all know, if you watched the first episode, I lost to Austin last time. So
week 18.
I drank I drank a spoonful of hot sauce. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that video. But now it's Muffin and Austin, and I'm asking the questions. These are actually questions I made up on my own. So the punishment is a spoonful of soy sauce. That might be even worse than barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna lie.
Barbecue? You don't like barbecue?
Or not barbecue, hot sauce.
sauce?
Hot sauce.
I was about to say.
That barbecue's
I
pretty
hate
bad
soy
too.
sauce. I hate
Barbecue's
soy
pretty
sauce.
bad too.
Let's just hope I can win it.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Which one
What's
of
the
y'all?
winner get?
Oh yeah,
The card.
winner gets his card. I don't know if y'all can see it. Well, you can't pronounce his
Hey,
name.
what's his name, Tyler?
Let me try. Let me see. His name is Siku Diamba or something like that. It is something weird.
Speaking of NBA players, though, it is the deadline today,
Yeah,
so keep a
yeah.
looking out for that. Next week, we might have to talk a little bit about that, how the deadline is going for the NBA.
Yeah, my Mavs actually made some pretty good deals today.
Gave off Grant Williams.
Yeah, we'll talk about more about that next week. So we'll go ahead and get started. Actually, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say the question, and whoever says the answer first wins. We'll go to
Says the
That's
answer
crazy.
first.
yeah. We'll do that this time. We'll go to what do you want to go to? 3.
That'll work.
Okay.
However many you got there.
How many ever we need?
So, first question: what team in college basketball has the most national championships?
Florida.
They did win back-to-back national championships, but that's the only 2 they've won.
Trying to think of some powerhouses.
Let me know.
Duke.
Let me know if y'all need a hint. No.
The Duke. That's what I was thinking. It's Duke. Hurry.
See, I'm not big on college basketball.
I'm trying to think.
Do y'all need a hint?
What's
Yeah,
the
give us
hint?
a hint.
It's a blue blood school. Do y'all know the blue bloods?
What, Kansas?
So blue bloods: Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, Duke, Michigan State can be on there.
Michigan State's or green, dog.
It's not Kansas?
Well, no, it's not Kansas. They call it blue bloods, but they're
I got you.
the main program. So it's one of those 5 or 6 teams.
You said UCLA.
Yes.
Hey, had to be one of them. We named 5.
Like,
All right, Muffins up 1-0.
y'all
Yeah,
specialty.
let's go. I don't know it either, apparently.
I'll give you all NFL one then. Which NFL team had the most Pro Bowlers this year?
49ers.
Chiefs.
The Eagles.
No. Man.
Trying to think of a heavy. Ravens?
No.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Ah, I should have known Cowboys. It's his team.
Yeah, you all really should have guessed that a lot quicker. But
Well, nobody likes the Cowboys. Let's be real.
okay, Todd, 1-1. Next question. This is an MLB question now.
Okay.
Who was the first MLB franchise?
The Reds.
Yes. 2-1.
Dang it.
Dang.
Okay, next question. Going back to college football now.
Oh, God.
Which team has the most NCAA championships in college football?
Alabama.
No. Honestly,
Wait,
when I
NCAA.
made these questions, I thought it was Alabama, but it's not.
I thought for sure it would have been Alabama. Is it an SEC team?
No.
FSU?
No.
UCLA?
No. Y'all need a hint?
What's the hint?
They're in the Big Ten.
It's not Ohio State, is it?
No.
Oh.
Michigan?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
2-2.
go.
The winner.
Michigan,
Yeah, I'm
they're
telling you.
rivals for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Winner goes home with this card from whoever that guy is. Loser has to drink a spoonful of soy sauce. Whoever gets this question right.
Well, I mean, we got a shot glass, but you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But sorry, that's not a spoonful. All right. College basketball now.
Here we go again.
Who is the Duke head coach?
Coach K.
Now?
No. Yes, now.
Oh God, we're about to win this one.
I have no idea. I thought it was Coach
Pass.
K.
It's
Riley Patterson.
It's John Shires.
See, I
wouldn't either.
Okay. Who's the North Carolina head coach? College basketball.
got me on that one.
I have no idea. I don't
don't
know
watch
coaches.
college hoops.
I don't watch college much. I just watch Kentucky.
Hebert Davis. All right, here's an NFL one. Who is the Carolina Panthers head coach right now?
Jesus Christ.
They just hired him.
Why do you do these, man?
Yeah, he just
It's a bunch
like
of random people.
he just hired. I know that's what the questions are for.
Where'd he come from?
That'd make it too obvious.
Not really. We don't know a name.
Any guesses? He came from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, you got
Why
me.
can't
He
I
was,
think of
he
this?
was okay. I'll give you all this. He was the Tampa Bay offensive coordinator.
He's not really a big name, is he?
No, it's not.
So,
Remember, we
yeah.
talked about this.
Mhm.
We talked about this last episode, and that's
They've been hiring all these like QB coaches and pass game coordinators, and
He was their offensive coordinator. He was the Buccaneers offensive coordinator.
I'm lost. I had no idea. We talked about it last
when
week.
they
I'm
talk about
lost.
Tampa Bay last year, they talk about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. His name was Dave Canales.
yeah, that's.
Back to college basketball.
Here we go again. This guy.
Can you all name one Kentucky basketball assistant coach? All you have to name is one. There's like 5.
Assistant coach.
And that's all the questions I got. So I hope you all get this right.
I have no idea. Bro, I have no
I can come up with
idea.
a question, but
I think this is rigged.
I have no idea.
I don't
so-
watch college hoops, so
I do a little bit, but for some reason I can't think of no Kentucky.
okay. I'll just Orlando Antigua is the biggest. Okay, who is the New England Patriots head coach right now?
Gerard Mayo.
Dang it! Dang it! Gerard Mayo.
How did you know Gerard Mayo, but you didn't know?
Because Gerard Mayo's a beast, dude.
Well, that's a big one that came out, but
Yeah.
all right, give me the shot.
Okay, so we go over there and get that, Austin.
Good luck.
All right, so Austin,
Austin's taking back to back. He's just too good at trivia, I guess.
Yeah,
you get who's he playing for? The Pistons.
yeah.
All right,
That's not who
Muffin.
he plays for now.
You need a water.
Start my own card
sure?
shop.
I'll be fine.
You say
All
that
right.
now.
Oh, man, you can smell it from here.
Give him a
do
little
like
more
it.
than that.
you
Come
want a
on.
little bit more than that?
You know he wasn't generous for
This
you.
guy.
There.
Cheers.
I wouldn't smell it. I'd just go ahead and take it.
That's strong.
Ew.
What the hell?
Are you sure you don't need a water?
It's stout.
You sure you don't need a water?
Pour me a water.
Jaylee, will you go up there and get him water?
Gosh, that's stout, boy. It's real salty and like teriyaki. Gosh, dude.
Well, while Muffin is chowing down on Jaylee's water, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. We're at 43 right now.
I did have another question real quick
Okay,
for Austin.
yeah. Go ahead.
So, me and Austin watch UFC a lot. I don't know how much you know about it, Tyler. Do you know anything?
No,
Anybody?
Not a lot, no.
You know Conor McGregor, at least, don't you?
Yeah. I would
So,
hope.
UFC 300. It's 300th match coming up, and there's no main event still. Austin, who do you want to see in the main event of a UFC fight? This 300. It's got to be a big
main
one.
event. Yeah. Let's see who's out there. Honestly, I want to see Sugar Sean
Sugar versus who?
and
That's a name.
yeah, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley's his name. His
Oh.
name's Sugar.
Yeah. What was the opponent he was supposed to be versing? Cheetah or what's his name? You want to look that up for me real quick?
I can't think of the name, but I know who you're talking about.
What did you say that guy's name was?
Sean
Sugar.
O'Malley.
Which they canceled a fight, not like this was like a few days ago for the UFC.
Is he next fight?
Wait,
Is
wait,
that his
wait.
next fight? Marlon Vera.
Vera. It's Vera, but I'm pretty sure he's got like a little nickname, but I'm unsure of it. But yeah, that's who I'd like to see as the main event. Like it's already stacked, and
He's 17-1.
yeah,
He's only lost
beast.
one. Some would
card
say
that-
that we ain't fought nobody too big, but I mean, he is the champ right now, so.
Yeah, honestly, I would like to see Mike Chandler and Conor McGregor, but obviously they're not fighting on that card. They'll fight, I think, a little later.
301, I think.
Yeah, but it's going to be an absolutely stacked card, and I'm excited for it. And yeah,
I'd like to see Hamzat Chimaev. I don't know if you know who that is.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Khabib's, brother or cousin or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
Him and Khabib trading together, but I'd obviously like to see Khabib come back and fight somebody. But
I think he's topping out.
some people said he might come back, but I'd love to see it. But I don't think he will. But
I think there's too much of a personal reason why he retired, and I just don't see it. But yeah, like that kind of fighter, you want to see him last forever and all that, or whatever.
when it's your time. It's your time.
An honorable mention though for the main event would be John Jones.
Oh, Jones Bones.
Yeah, one of the, if not the greatest
Heavyweight.
UFC fighters ever.
One of the greatest.
And
yeah.
he's just dangerous. And I'm not too sure when the last time it was that he fought, and when he can fight next.
It was a
but-
Surreal Gain, wasn't it? His last fight versus Surreal Gain.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't know exactly what the time frame was up until 300. So I don't know if he'll have enough time to train and all that. But it's gonna be exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, for sure.
And I know we were supposed to have a special guest with us today, but
Well, we said probably.
yeah, man. Well, it was kind of getting in the works.
He
and
tapped
everything.
out today.
But yeah, he had to do some of his school. Ben Shaw's who is going to be. So shout out Ben, but we couldn't get that to work today. Maybe sometime in the future. But we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Follow us on Instagram. What's TripleCrown
Conversations.
_ conversations. Follow us on Instagram. I think we got 35 followers right now. And subscribe to us on YouTube at TripleCrown Convos. This video will be posted probably tomorrow. I think that's what we're gonna do is mainly record on Thursdays and then post on Fridays. So I think that's gonna be our main.
Yeah, at the latest, probably Saturday night.
Yeah.
But also, we've been getting so much love with the views and everything. I think we were at, over 3,300 on TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok. Follow
So-
us on TikTok too.
Follow us on all social media, and just honestly, thank y'all for showing the love and support so early in this journey. We got so much planned for the future, so thank y'all again.
Yeah, thanks for watching. If you all don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and end things here. So be on the lookout. Next video.
We'll know who the Super Bowl winner is by
Yeah,
then. So
we'll talk about more. We'll talk
good
more
luck
about
to everybody in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the Super Bowl. Maybe Travis Kelce will propose.
Maybe
Taylor
he'll be
Swift.
married next week. Yeah, you never know.
Hopefully not. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.